Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 52 of the Battleship Brawl Season 5 tournament. Excuse me. And it's been a while. It's been, a little over 2 weeks at this point, and I'm sorry about that, but for those of you who weren't on the Discord, I was kind of hospitalized with bilateral pulmonary embolisms. That means I had blood clots in my lungs that were making it almost impossible for me to breathe. One of them was life-threatening, and I was in the hospital for 5 days, so I've been kind of dealing with that and recovering, which is why I didn't do any recordings. So yeah, but I'm doing better now, and we're going to get right back to it. In this episode, we've got the Fort Dorchester by Defective 2000 going excuse me, going up against the Prince of Persia by Harness. Let's go ahead and get the camera in position, and we'll get round one here underway. Fort Dorchester is going to have to really get some early damage in if it wants to have any sort of chance, because the high explosive mortar barrage, or well, just the mortar barrage, it's not all high explosive, but just the barrage of mortars in the Prince of Persia is it hurts a lot. And you've either got to kill it early, or it will just obliterate you. It's like once that first barrage lands, you're kind of screwed. Dorchester just... Oh, its stern just got utterly obliterated, like the back quarter of the ship. Well, I guess it's not a quarter since it's only 83% HP. The back portion of the ship just blown completely off. Whoops, ended up underwater there. Like, some of it didn't even get destroyed, it literally just fell off. And the second barrage is coming in, and... that didn't seem anywhere near as effective as the first one was. But yeah, that's what I mean. The Prince of Persia's got some serious damage to it, and its low profile and quick turning capability makes it kind of hard to hit. But when you do hit it, it takes pretty good damage. It is not exactly a heavily armored ship, but it does have 30,000 materials to repair with, and quite a lot of materials. So it's got durability, just not in the conventional sense. Meanwhile, the Dorchester is in danger of getting an 80% in sinking, because it has just been absolutely hammered by the mortar barrage. Yep, there's the 80% in sinking. Oh, it managed to make the timer go away, but I bet you this barrage will open up enough compartments to water and cause enough sinking that, yep, the Dorchester is going to go down. And there we go. That is the end of the round, with the Prince at 90.8% and the Dorchester sunk. 90.8. Alright. Which, I mean, managing to make the Prince of Persia burn through all of its materials and do 10% damage to it is actually pretty respectable. I mean, it's obviously still a pretty dominant win for the Prince of Persia, but it did pretty well. The Dorchester did pretty well, that is. Pronoun game. See, it's these early shots that are really critical, but the Prince of Persia is just so good at turning out from underneath them. Like, out of the maximum range, it has a turning radius sharp enough that it can just dodge out of the way of most of the enemy's shells. It's once it closes in... wow, voice broke there. Once they close in, that the enemy can start landing shots. Like those are gonna hit. Those are gonna hit nice and solid. But they're only hitting superstructure. Oh, again, if you do manage to destroy an entire line of those blocks in here, you can break the Prince of Persia in half. That is a risk that it has. So another mortar ship would actually probably do pretty well against the Prince of Persia. Polaris versus Prince is a battle that will happen at some point. Oh, Dorchester almost getting broken in half in the very first volley. See, it's got a couple of thin, weak spots where there isn't a whole lot of armor, and when the Prince finds those, just kind of eats through them. There's very little holding the ship together right now in that area. It may break. Yep, it just broke in half. Well, I guess not quite in half because it's at 60% HP, but Prince of Persia doing a little victory chant already. Like, Dorchester isn't quite dead. It's mostly dead, but not quite dead. Yeah, if it gets hit up here in the front, it's going to lose the buoyancy it's got left and just sink. Yeah, basically exactly like what's just happening right now. Even if that doesn't get it too damaged, which it did, if it hadn't. If it hadn't, Dorchester would have sunk. Hey, let's... What the heck? The music sped up there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that none of the shells were hitting the Prince of Persia. So 87.5 for this one. Again, I mean, that's... You know... There's an obvious disparity in strength between these two ships. Just between these types of ships, really. Conventional ships just can't do anything against the mortar ships in their current iterations. It's, you know, it's just the way the game is. But being able to do as much as the Dorchester did is, you know, respectable. Don't know if I'd go so far to call it impressive, but it's respectable. Oh, those shells went over. They looked like they were well aimed, but then they went too far. Those ones are going to hit. Some early hits there. But, you know, every little bit's going to count. The more damage you do, the less, you know, the more drag it's going to get, the less hard it's going to turn, slower it's going to move, the more shells they're going to hit. Oh, and wow, that APS gun actually did some good work there, shearing off some barrels. Oh, but here comes that first volley. And just blam, blam. The stern of the Dorchester gets hammered again. And the final part. Can't tell what's happened yet. Oh, there we go. Smoke clear. Oh, wow, the Dorchester. That's probably the best the Dorchester has managed to weather the very first volley. Oh, but here comes another one, and... And again, this spot right in here is fairly thinly armored and is just really, really weak to getting pounded by mortars and just breaking the ship in half. I think it's going to break again. Oh, no. The next volley has changed targets up to the front, so... but that's still not good for the Dorchester because, well, it sinks. It has a tendency to sink. Ooh, that's going to be a good shot from the Dorchester right there. Several good shells landing from the side. Took out a couple of guns there. Another good shot. Some more guns get taken down. Yep. 2 more guns ripped out by that volley. Prince is down to 81%. And some more guns get taken down. If the Dorchester was just a little bit more durable, it could, you know, potentially pull out a win in one round, but it just has such a tendency of dying either to sinking or to just getting obliterated. But it's knocked the Prince of Persia down to 74.8%. And there's the 80% sinking, but I think that was actually caused by the shell hitting and pushing the ship down. Oh, but this gun just lost 2 of its barrels, so that's a pretty critical blast there. Oh, is that gonna be it? Is the Dorchester actually sinking at this point? Yep, that is it. Dorchester's gone. So that's the end of the battle because those shells have missed. That's a 72.7%. Yeah, the Prince got pretty beat up in that fight. That is a completely respectable battle from the Dorchester. What was it, 72.7? Yep, 72.7. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this battle, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.